Hi there everyone, happy Tuesday. I'm King 5 Meteorologist Adam Claibon here with you on this first alert Tuesday, and now Tuesday night, due in part because of the system that's been bringing in widespread rainfall and heavier snow for the mountains just in time for many of us probably trying to do some of that holiday travel. And that's a big reason why we are in first alert mode right now. Let's go ahead and get right into it because we do have advisories out, and those are going to be sticking with us until 4 a.m. tonight. And we do expect the majority of the moisture to move through by about midnight tonight, but lingering behind, maybe a few patchy areas of drizzle, maybe cold enough that we get a little bit of a glazing of ice on some of these highways and passes here. That's going to be the additional threat that we're going to have to watch out for, and that is if you're out late that night, at that time of the night. Thankfully, we do see milder air coming in, and that's going to eventually start to see some of these snow levels get a bit higher. So far, we've seen about 1 to 3 inches across our passes. You can see between about 5 to 9 additional inches still yet to come for us. All right, let's talk about first alert mode and what we are watching for here as we go throughout the night. Again, until 4 a.m., that's when the advisory ends, but the majority of the precipitation should be out of here by about midnight tonight. So we should start to see improving conditions at that point. There's a good amount of rain, too, here in the lowlands, so that's not fun to drive in either. But thankfully, yes, it's not the snow like we're going to be dealing with across the mountains, and we do expect that to hang around here into really this prime time and this first half of the night. That's when we're going to see the heaviest of the snow move on through here, and that includes many of us here across western Washington. All right, let's talk about snow levels and what they will do here as we head on into the night. We expect those to begin to climb, and you're going to see that here coming up shortly, how milder air will start to work in, even here across the lowlands, starting to help temperatures increase to a certain degree. We'll be back up to about 5,000 feet heading into the day for tomorrow. Same for us heading into the day on Thursday, and then we'll start to see those levels come back down yet again. But at that point, a lot of the moisture will be gone, so we're not talking about too much more as far as additional snowfall here for the mountains. All right, let's look at our 7-day forecast. Tomorrow's looking to be quieter if you are trying to travel tomorrow, and I don't think as much rain will be around once we do see the rain begin yet again. And a lot of that will be towards the evening hours and heading into the nighttime hours, so a good portion of the day staying drier than not. Then we head into the day on Thursday, Thanksgiving, probably more widespread rain at that point, but again, probably won't be quite as heavy as with this system right here. Plus, we're talking about milder air, so the higher snow levels will help us out as you're trying to make your way across the state. For Friday, few showers around, generally dry times there, and check out that forecast for the remainder of the holiday weekend. 40s, but drier conditions heading into Saturday and Sunday. More 40s as we head on into the start of December, early into next work week. Here's Stevens Pass. Wanted to show you this. You can see on the shoulders that we are noticing a bit more of that snow beginning to pile up. But the main batch of the highway, you get those vehicles to run across. You still get to melt that snow to a certain degree. Doing okay there, and I'm sure Washington has gotten out and really treated the roads and helped us to kind of keep things as clear as possible. But I wanted to show you a different view of what's happening here at Snoqualmie Pass, and you can tell that, yeah, we are seeing some snow still coming down there, and it's looking very snowy and wintry there as we head on into our Tuesday night. All right, back to White Pass. What we're expecting here is we're going to see, Stevens Pass first. We're going to show you how things are looking completely covered by snow and ice, and we had a little dark strip right there. You can see that beginning to fill on in as the snow continues to come down there, a bit higher in elevation there, and for us here at White Pass, so that's why you're seeing a lot more of that snow and ice really crusted on the highway there. And then wanted to stop by right here at Hurricane Ridge and show you that, yeah, even the Olympics are seeing some of the snow out of this system too. All right, as I mentioned, rain coming down for us here in Seattle and across more of the lowlands, and well, that's coming along with some chillier temperatures. Right now in the low 40s with that southeast wind at about 7 miles per hour. We're going to see our numbers drop here as we head on into the night, maybe a degree or two, and then start to climb after we head past midnight. And it's at that point that we should start to see some of those snow levels begin to creep back up yet again and really help us out as we head on into early tomorrow morning. And that's why we're not going to be watching for as much snow across the mountains as we head on into that point. Let's take a look at temperatures right now across the region, and generally 40s for us here in the lowlands, but I wanted to point out again the temperatures here for the passes, which are all below freezing, but Snoqualmie Pass definitely the milder or the warmer of the three there, sitting at 31 degrees, while we're seeing more 20s. There are the higher passes of Stevens and White Pass, so that's why you get a lot more of that snow to stick to the highway there. Here's radar. Wanted to point this out. what you're noticing is the back edge of this precipitation already beginning to show up closer to Port Angeles right there. Maybe up that way around Sahola. Westport, you still have a little while here as of about 5 o'clock here into your Tuesday evening, but still a good amount of it ahead. But it does show you that the end is in sight, and so we should start to see some improving conditions as we go deeper on into tonight. Radar shows this system moving on through. The next one behind that will be coming in from more of a southwesterly direction, so that's going to bring in just a bit more of that milder air and help things warm up just a bit more with our temperatures, as well as seeing some of those higher snow levels. All right, as we head into the night, you can see the back edge of the rain and the snow beginning to head its way off to the east by about 10 o'clock, and maybe even a little earlier. Models have been trying to accelerate this a bit more than what we were seeing earlier, but I would say still around midnight, especially for the mountain passes, because you're still seeing that batch of moisture move through as we head on into that point. Now, once we get past midnight, a lot of the moisture is gone, so by 8 o'clock tomorrow morning, we're fairly dry here across a lot of western Washington. It should stay that way for a good portion of the day. Then we go into tomorrow evening, 5 o'clock. We start to see this next system coming in. That's the one that will be a bit milder, bring in some slightly warmer air, and that's going to come in, I think initially, maybe some snow around Stevens Pass before the warmer air does win out. But you can see the precipitation, it's going to be moving on throughout the area with this system. Kind of off and on in nature at times. By 8 o'clock Thanksgiving morning, we have a few of those showers around, but see, near and north of Seattle, that's where a lot of this does begin to fill on in, and that's what's going to help to bring us more steady rainfall as we go throughout a good part of our Thanksgiving holiday, up this way right around here. So expect that to be more of the wet time for us here heading to Thanksgiving, while areas farther south will pick up more of the rain towards the evening before drying out just a bit more heading on into Friday. Now, rain with this particular system initially here near term, we're talking about maybe 1/10 up to 1/3 of an inch. Then we got the next one coming in, and that's going to bring in at least maybe 1/2 an inch of rain for many of our spots. So some good rain on the way for us here as we go throughout the next 48 to 36 hours, and the snow yet to come. Well, 5 to 9, we were showing you that in your advisory, but look here at Stevens Pass. We could pick up just a bit more with that second wave of moisture coming through with that next system. That could help us up just a bit more, as well as up near Baker, pick up another 1 to 3, maybe 4 inches of snow. Forecast as we head on into the night. These numbers right here are kind of reflective of what we're seeing right now. Temperatures, again, should continue to warm as we go on into the night. And then highs tomorrow around the upper 40s to low 50s. So should be pretty close to average day. Average highs at about 50 degrees. So many of us will be pretty close to that number. Here's your 7-day forecast. Tomorrow, generally dry day. Most of the rain towards the evening hours. Thursday, rain at times. A lot of it near and north of Seattle. And then eventually picking up for those of us across South Sound into the evening and into the nighttime hours of Thursday for your Thanksgiving. A few showers around on Friday, and then the cool and chilly weekend ahead with a little more sunshine, at least, as highs will only be in the 40s, and we'll keep that around into the start of next work week. We've been hearing about some issues here across the passes, especially Stevens Pass. Chains were required at some point. We had an accident, so give yourself a lot of extra time if you are going to be driving tonight, or really even early tomorrow morning, as we still expect to see a lot of that snow on the highway. Have your emergency kit ready, and yeah, the chains ready too, in case you might need those as well. Okay, everyone, take care, stay safe here throughout the night, and have a wonderful Wednesday and a day before Thanksgiving. We'll talk to you soon.